can farm. Mensumet me baby and come a pema yeden. Nanso, what the man come about the ebo nipa bata nipa home, will be a dan and yonko. Yes, you and so and the ratio will be our when you do my what did you go out mine. Walk one and you could see enough for you could nature and my would be an any cosonija.
Timamina was in and just as I was saying, no, there is a statement by making kind no Eddie Amal Sholi na afi yetimi Eddie ho and Komo directive Abba, and then again the energy sector, the looming crisis they won in office. President John Dramani Mahama and the chief of staff a committee one more yes one more share na immediately no they abai ebetime aye to solving the situation and don't come ana yeba ababede mamema lawyer Eduji Tambakulachi na memano akwaba wono director in charge of legal affairs for the NDC. Guys, what you make official congratulations is in order.
Mr. Speaker Niana.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, no media wo that was as Daily Kabia, Mekaise, one of the last media engagement was with you.
Exactly.
I remember vividly. I think it was a day before.
A day before, yes. The final day of the campaign.
Exactly. That morning, we know a very good encounter. And I made it abundantly clear to you, Sadano. So from the groundswork, in fact, I've told almost the whole country, and it was clear. Ubia Nason at that phone, that we're going to win. And I'll say this: look, as early as March 2024,
okay,
we knew we'll win the election by 57%.
I see.
In fact, you should watch or check the Facebook post of Dr. Omane Buama. It was clear. It was clear. All the work actually, but again, you just have to be cautious and work harder. And for me, as a young man associated with the campaign, my biggest fear was complacency.
Okay.
So immediately, I make a picture. Immediately, H.E. John Dramani Mahama having a campaign. Professor Jinana having a campaign. National Chairman having a campaign.
Yeah.
In fact, Mekai National Chairman says, listen, on Thursday, you functional executive committee members of the party to follow GM. It will be until home. Obia on a special influence. Obia until home. Obia quiet your bay. And he's confident we'll win the election. Long convoys following the candidate.
The candidates.
And Fabio, Yamia Okataso, not dumb. Am I a victory, Keke? Am I a victory? I mean, like, it puts everything beyond reasonable doubt. With over 1.7 million votes difference, over 180 something MPs. I mean, this is overwhelming, and we appreciate and we thank God. But you see, Mr. Speaker, I can't leave this without thanking you personally. Look, and you're able to do the opportunity, me personally, to use your platform to propagate our message of hope. I want to personally thank you, salute you for that opportunity. Look, I still remember vividly my last media engagement.
Also, I'm grateful for acknowledging that. But my wabaso, in fact, NDC communicators said those, and many are those more functional executive committee. But your humility is very different. And then anytime be a befro be no OJS, and say anope yabo wabaso. And himself Jumadia wa no reward ni na beba. Na yet me akoswa ye jumanso abum. Congratulations. You've done a very good job.
I look, I cannot help but to thank your producer I think that's Richard, right?
Yes, Richard. Yes.
Or Femia or Jayo. In fact, you're persistent and consistent. And so Benjamin on Jai.
I see.
And I just want to thank you personally for the opportunity. And I say this with humility. Master, you can have whatever ideas that you have. Without a platform to propagate it, forget it. And the beautiful thing with my platform is more rich. You do look. Sometimes I'll be there. People in the US will call me.
Okay.
Oh, me the speaker. Obia over US. Sorry, I'm not paying OTO.
Exactly.
So the platform was so huge. It gave us the opportunity to reach diverse groups of people, and it makes the work easier. Look, I go on the campaign platform, right? And you go to a community, you speak to them. Then you go to another community, you speak to them. But with the benefit of radio and television, within 2 minutes, nothing in our make I say, make a campaign and Ashanti region. I have for north, south, east.
Okay.
92.9.
Na misi ebijama no na esime nko sabrono na udi sabrono a sebio different tribes kusase for or konkomba for or different and you have to reach out. The benefit of radio makes the work easier because then with one set you can reach many people. And so in all, I personally want to thank you for the privilege, the opportunity. And you see, the other thing I remember in our last conversation, you were asking very probing questions. And those probing questions, Emma made the opportunity to explain further the things that, we want to do.
I remember clearly the question on Kokon Kitting.
and see how you gave me the opportunity to bring the budget of 2020, the export of
report.
The trade report, and I'm sure even you that day you were shocked that these were the numbers we're dealing with. And you remember I told you that you Google the trade report yourself and go to say so and let's have the conversation. How much we were putting, and then go on with the mechanism.
When you're about I know I'm a mibuni back. Why? Now with the assuming featuring. Very well.
Thank you.
Very
and
well.
I wish you all in school as well.
Thank you. There's a crowd platform, no. Yeah, the TV back on Akaho, and to say, you are on double TV. I don't pay a walk. Say, you're on Kessben, and then you're on Aseda TV as well. And all country more. But my yening come more quick one and Sarah Mejao Mawako. And there was a statement from the secretary to the president. MMDC's appointment has been terminated. And I think so. We are within some crisis in the energy sector. Quick one, Mamintio on the MMDC disappointment. First, many are saying they wish Kamube taking more time. Nanka MMDC is I prepare handing over notes I hand over properly and sign such a directive a bit to me. Mamintio, what might have gone into this decision I'm not taking?
Okay, so first of all, we have in Ghana what is called the Transition Act.
Yes.
The Transition Act provides 6 months before the election. Appointees must prepare the handing over note. And so it cannot be said, people needed, as it were, time to prepare their handing over note. The Transition Act is very clear. In fact, I need to also tell you, I am on the Transition Subcommittee on Local Governance.
Okay.
So the handing over notes on the local governance, the local government services or something. It came to my staff committee.
Okay.
And we went through it. So so ours was legal and governance. To handle foreign affairs, attorney general, local government. And so we've gotten a handing over notes in respect of the things that were happening in the. So it cannot be the question or the case there was the need for time in order to get the handing over notes were voluminous, from 300 pages, 500 pages, and what have you. But what I say, so
yes.
Look, the appointment of the ministers at the MMDCs was coterminous with the appointing authority.
Okay.
And so once it had happened, we just felt that there was a need. You see, remember, in 2009, late Professor Mills, Emma, a lot of time.
Yes, so for about 6 months, they were still in office.
So possibly we've learned from the benefit of that history. That is why this time around we have to do that with speed and purpose. And also remember, at that time we didn't have the Local Governance Act. It's a new enactment that came in 2016, and the dictates are even more different. And so, H. Don Dramani Mahama had quickly done this.
Very well, but in that same effect, we are told there is a Supreme Court ruling on chief executives. One more appointment, through the Public Services Commission. The Supreme Court had said, those people, as I say, a more certain tenure of office, and the appointment cannot be terminated immediately. Do you have a fair idea of this particular ruling, and then what will be the decision moving forward?
So, the title of the case is Theophilus Donko.
Okay.
Versus Attorney General. You notice the lawyer who did it was me. I was a lawyer in the matter, so I'm pretty familiar with it. First of all, I think we should all see the appointments to positions of this nature. There's a basic fundamental principle of law.
Okay.
Contracts of employment are not contracts of servitude. And so they can always be terminated.
Okay.
Subject to compliance with either a rule of procedure, rule of law, or what have you. But what you say.
Yes.
There are some positions that you cannot, as it were, touch the person.
I don't know, a bit to say there, hey.
Obi to say, a charge boss.
Okay.
You can't. What I say, you can't. Auditor General, you can't. Because the Constitution provides the mode by which you can terminate those appointments.
Okay.
Then you also have appointments that you can only terminate subject to just cause. But what I say?
Yes.
Particularly appointment flowing from Article 190. You must show just cause. But beyond that, all appointments can actually be terminated subject to fulfillment of conditions, either a notice in lieu of that determination. It will be in the contract you see you give the person 3 months notice. In lieu of that notice, you compensate the person. So there are all kinds of. So the case did not say you cannot remove. It only says you can do it subject to certain conditions being fulfilled. And I'm the lawyer on record. I conducted that case.
Very well. In that effect, we are going to see some of this directive coming up, just as we've seen with that of a year MMDC, right?
Absolutely.
And a quick one on the energy sector. the first year of President Mahama in office, Excellency, there was a committee formed and chaired by the Chief of Staff, Ura Julius Deborah, who were made to understand that by close of day and grano, there ought to be a roadmap. And Komodieno Akwakus is saying Ghana for the Omopeso Motia and saying Kania Nijinaso. What is the way forward in getting fuel for the energy sector?
Once again, the Akobanya, you see, look, I say with humility, my master's way has always been in energy and natural resources related matters. The procurement of fuel, and yadia, I had to say, with a gallon, semi-quaco to fuel.
Okay.
It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of negotiation, and what have you. And look, I would say Ghana has energy production in this country, okay, fueled by essentially three things. Water, and then you hydro, acoustic, wind, and bone.
Yeah.
But in the years, I would friend of thermal plants. Now, thermal plants, no, either using gas or light or heavy fuel, LCUs and what have you. The problem is that as for unity, many won't have any control over it.
Okay.
You have a control over a gas and a light crude and a heavy fuel. The thermal plants, maybe a combined cycle, it means using gas in the water.
It means light crude, no? Okay.
Like, and Oshaya, the two principal source of gas in Nigeria and Gabo. But what I say?
Yes.
And MI gas. But gas, no, will be the any pipeline now, a firm. I feel piano. Or yet the FN routine maintenance. Now the Ekoba and say Nanka Ekase Abanya Bikamu Danado Danko Gufado Neba Miabahe. Nanka say Omon Peninsula.
Kessben.
Maintenance in October.
Okay.
But because of a battle on it, buying I can say, almost reverse matter no until January. For me, that was a very reckless decision. Look, the decision to reschedule the maintenance from October
to January
2025 was extremely reckless and political. Because that time, now buying SU said, it was too close to the election. And that by reason of, because even with Krano, they rescheduled it for January 20th to 16th
February.
What it means is that there's going to be a generation shortfall. The other thing to know is monthly light crude purchase is almost $40 million. And yes,
Kessben.
It's not Charles.
Kessben.
And so a Bambia person will be using gas because it's cheaper. Cry. Well, for me, the decision by the government that reschedule the maintenance from October, November, December to January was extremely reckless. We could have avoided it. But that time, now buying through say, it was going to affect them politically. If they had rescheduled it to now and they had won, the only thing is that they would have done PR with it. Oh, yeah, you do CCA. And you know those kind of things that they used to tell us.
Exactly.
It was going to be doom CCA and what have you. The expectation was that at least, like I said, light crude, and yeah, tono with gallon. Serious international transactions. the back forth and all of those things. It was completely avoidable. Now, so we woke up and realized that the amount of light crude oil was it's not enough to even survive a month. But thankfully, leadership has stepped in under the watch of the chief of staff. Their engagement first to immediately procure this light crude before the 20th of January.
Maintenance, no.
When we say a trouble, so no, said you, yenya all the gas that we need. That's where the problem is.
Okay.
Yet they wouldn't even rely on end gas.
So, Council, the question, no, Ebeye said now, the co-chair for the energy subcommittee for the transition, no, Maakye, I mean, in stock, no, there was a say, no, Esra, we a send power. And one other fee honoma or more enough. Yes, we do not have enough for the other thermal plant Akano. So in the interim, no, I mean, what's going to happen to us?
One will say Nigerian gas is the principal source of gas for Sunasogli. Sunasogli already is about almost 300. And many other of the enclave in way. One will say many of the power plants
Exactly.
Then you have a lot of them also around the phone enclave, Tema. That enclave. Aha. Into I could say we are closer to Nigeria.
Okay.
So aha. So you can imagine the impact that will be on the southern plants. Huge. But like I pointed out, leadership has stepped in to do everything under their power, as it were.
So for now, no, the assurance will be abayin gusua woye ho adwuma, but enkania no so betumi agina so kakra, right? So that the
no. So that's what we want to do.
Okay.
They will never go under the watch of your mama. You see, like I've always maintained.
Kessben.
We should never get to this point again in our life. Minya, let me tell you this. The economy thrives on energy. There is no but or if or maybe. The economy thrives. Look, hairdresser and Onya light. Coastal operator Onya light. Medical doctor Onya light to do an operation. You can hear electricity to operate your console and all of those things. So light is everything. Like I always say. You see, sebi. And you know how to manage it. Never should we ever manage our power issues with propaganda and PR.
Okay.
Look, as we speak, the debt owed to independent power producers already is humongous. Meanwhile, we shouldn't have this at all. If only we were focused, if only we didn't misapply the ESLA proceeds. The decision to misapply the proceeds from ESLA is the reason why we are where we are. It was completely avoidable. I strongly believe when H.E. John Dramani Mahama says Obama resetting the economy, it will be one founded on candor, no credit.
Okay.
Kessben.
You see, Mr. Speaker.
Council.
You see, I want to believe you have a house. You have a family. You run a house. If every day we are one egg or 2 pieces of egg, whether the base on which our ultimate and say for regular income or you are from extra work you need to keep them so that Enkoba say both for X more but a borrowed funds and our data X more. Mr. Speaker,
yes.
Would that is it sustainable?
Dabi.
Is it sustainable? Say, they be a dano. Go back and borrow from your friends to come and buy eggs, fried eggs for your children. It is sustainable. And so there comes a time that you need to be brutally honest with your kids. Brutally honest with your kids. And then you can eat with that. But I have no doubt at all that things will be done well. For the sake of tomorrow. For the sake of tomorrow. At least we shouldn't get to the point where we'll be so reckless with our energy. Headache for all of us. Mr. Speaker.
Council, I'm highly grateful for your time. Your trial appointment, and so the other side will
That's it.
All right, thank you. And the lawyer Edwige Tamakulu, director in charge of legal affairs, and then member of the subcommittee on governance and then foreign affairs as well as local government, speaking to us on the transition team. And I think so the disappointment of MMDCs across the country per directive Andra. The executive secretary to the president at the at the home common. So the assurances are very clear on the energy sector. Buying a take measures say me procure more gas na etimi aboa a power thermal plant ahodoa ye wono as a country. 5 minutes after 8 Kessben 92.9. We are live on Aseda TV, soon to be Kessben Plus TV, and our thing so Kessben TV itself. Say who you saw DSTV channel 364, Go TV channel 121. Na afi what me I join your live feed. No, and what you know, oko Facebook pacho Kessben TV is streaming, and afi Kessben FM 92.9, and so is streaming. Mamema offer. Engineer Amon Kote Ache na memana akwaba wono local government expert na anope misa and say MMDC is as say yapamu omo nyina no what will be the effect on local government, especially at the municipals, the metro, and then the district assemblies moving forward. Uncle Afishapa
I've been coming to you minia
Afisa say na hoden wo ho na sika no so aba bebre
ayi wadaruma
na be fine there.
Oh yeah, BBI fine.
That's right. And I trade am for say. Na the any kind mona eba the local government mo ye adwuma e wo sector yi mo ache ye pa. Ye to abawie na aban sesa aya mpempie ne ye hu de ye hu. Endra ye say MMDC say ho nyina no wo mo fo mo adwuma ento ho na obia enkofie. Ensusuaso no anything.
The woman say by act na yedi adwuma no. President and appointed MMDCs. Na assembly members according to and in the same vein, no, the president na bitimi are disappointed MMDCs no.
Okay.
The argument ni be but be sene act ni kire no sa pepe no. Argument ni bi ni say assembly members no ebegina tumua and no omunsu will say in the form of disappointment. But ya argue I know the and to me na djuma papa and no ya gbatu nti yenko obium. Say president no has the powers to do that. Now the interesting woman say your president there. You state say outgoing president or the president who did the appointment, and the president is president, and he's president A and a appointment, you know. Now president B bar or no so president, and he or to me say or disappointed MMDCs, you know. Somewhere in October, was it October or August? Nanado disappointed two MMDCs be. I'm saying about Uti Hobaby and Bako whether Western region today. But I don't know who say it's no me nipa mi bi pe. But we na acquire almost the 261 members no na ma obia eni aba ho. Enti say emrabia obia mflato emrabia.
Over obia mflato emrabia ne kwan so anu no ana because yedim say wo mo eye adwuma aban dada atwam kono ana appointed wo mo. Krata so eba endra no very clear. Dr. Callistus Mahama, Executive Secretary, Edema Omampeyin John Dramani Mahama, and Ninsa Eshesa Krata ye ase. Enti clearly no, Omampeyin anado, and a diwa moba ye Nanso Omampeyin John Mahama se wapam womo, and they want to mini womo enye jumabim. Ebadi say yesi governance is continuous. Enti no, ne kwan so anu no ana. At least uba ye inka we ne tosu du mienu. Wewura office kra wo ye adwuma kama na watch me kra ntwam and so anko banisa. But in the absence of MMDC what happens at the respective assemblies they say one more adwuma no beko saying why they be take charge why they be hwe ma assembly no adwuma wo mo yen so akonkan
so say assembly no coordinating director no ono na ye secretary to the assembly so assembly niko atnasia or more or less like the chief of staff of the assemblies. Nature say ukratumi pa assemblies so. And it is MMDC niwa was standing in to perform any other functions.
Okay.
The only function maybe I want to mean perform be political aspect of the assembly. But supervision of departments, obetimi aye. Day-to-day administration, obetimi aye. Enti obetimi perform sa function no. Presiding members and so I just a presiding member or no year government appointee.
Okay.
Ono na nitibekeka. The woman say 2016 Act 936 NDC 4 pass here omode ekoye no Aji Alima eni nanado baye no omudi mrika eko amende sa 2016 Act no nanka 2016 Act 936 no.
Yes.
Now, it's very difficult for the president to sack government appointees.
Within the assembly,
Yes, 30% now.
Appoint
you no.
Okay.
Now, it's very difficult because conditions, and you better, sir. So, we revoke appointment now upon the recommendation of 3/4 of the members of the district assembly. The recommendation and sign a president need to me afsaki appointee. And now systematically, while neglecting the duties. And then third, committed act incompatible with the office of a member of the district assembly. Now, upon complaint made of wrongdoing or improper conduct established to be true, let us say point in very difficult for the president just to wake up and say Mapamo. And Aji Alima, Minister for Local Government, then Odimrika Eko amende sa portion wepe.
Okay.
And a president Nanadu Emnya Kwai Esaki appointees Nina. What we say Yakwaba Sababe she had the same thing view. And think Jai sa Inka appointees Nina because appointees be experts in their own field.
Okay.
Despite the fact that it means we are a political animals, but it be a very technical. It be a accountant, omaba hunje, yetimi appointed omakowa a shape the financial position of the assemblies. It be a technical people, environment, health for need safety ni nyama no mu nyina so de omo expertise akotai assembly na chi but okose no ba say president no fabi odidi mi obetimi asake wo mu no na ya ba be gina wo saa bio enti na nei president asake wo mu enti apena ye ba be create fresh appointees so on tell me no
yes
enti I don't know when parliament besa ko share biom as attempt to reorganize the whole thing. I don't know when. And she say, the vacuum has been created based on ABI Niamabia. So Professor Amis time, or allow the MMDCs to stay in office for about 6 months.
Yes, I remember.
No, and whom so be brave and so by. Ebini say MC na utia don na de bia officer a man come for near Jude bojo so na de adi se say waban awe ye do ye sitra ho 6 months wo hono so ya sal limit o ya capu sika obetimi spend in a month.
Okay.
Enti wa wo hono kra no usunsum no afiri wu because who can happen security for a baby gate mouth cry, you cry, if you waban was up at ever. Which one? And the Omo they were not even visiting the offices. And no problems are not a war. And Sana Ebinim Suwono, they started renewing contracts via now they were not supposed to do. And as I say, in Suun say, what one from them say. Other ministries, departments, and agencies, some people are doing promotions, some are doing recruitment, and added to the salary portfolio.
Yeah.
And why do you want to sit down for some of these things to happen? Maybe or town or this is the time or better in Kopwedi. And why would you want to entertain all these problems? And Pamno Chanu, Machasu Tain, Corner Yenya the vacuum no and also what Ghana phone in says within 14 days, you bring the full complement of the cabinet.
Okay.
So it means the appointment of MMDCs and all that, will just follow as quickly as possible.
Okay. And no also concrete vacuum bebre because a human go so I also. Very well. Over, Mamina was here no pay. Na party ni dia win John Mahama ba. Nanso MMDC is kura na ye ba be yon crofo lobby na lobby. Wo mo hu ni se we ni ye party ni bi a wa ye adwuma wo district ho. And say ye hwe ne so the appointment yi de mano. Criteria ben and say aban we hwe to making sure say MMDC is a beba no. The usual MMDCs ubo di dia no abetina assembly ho common fund maya want to mean you soon na adwen ye bibia. I mean, how do we go away from that tradition?
Speaker.
Over.
Hey! Oh yeah, I know what the level 600 question back what tum bam.
Kessben.
Who say many Jombodu at the face during the time of NPP.
Okay.
Omoye appointment, na onina swan say ye the loyalty na makes it ebe ade na friend loyalty because edman na wo ho no technical work. It's about 80% technical work. 20% per political. And he said who the competence, the technical knowledge, the organizational behavior, the human attitude. Now, loyalty, perswa. Every 4 years, was so bad you. Although, I'm going to jai. Any. Because, as you know, say, I'm fan say, upese usi road na baby a be road na fa no.
Yes.
Party ni bi adi bibi akosi ho. Also so we party in some. How are you going to remove that person from there? Because no amajumana is very difficult for everybody. Me once say assembly ni kase osi marketer. Osi market ni we are who call market wa for party card na beko. It is for everybody. So who doko na call hospital for party card na beko. And where lies the party activities na a woman? I know the party in some and the bay. Me say a chief of staff. This time the appointment solely based on loyalty. And tina ma many ajekaka. So we going to because baby I do bebu to biano. You must tell us problems and how you intend solving the problems.
Okay.
Talk about it. And yeah, when you could be so, a year to abandon
campaign, no, now
because Sanya Manu, I'm one NPP.
Okay.
Because me mom say, so we are Nippon now. Na party constituency executive so would be trained now be almost rest. But at the end of the 4 years, Timamufono are demanding for their pound of flesh. Almost pay good roads, almost pay hospitals, almost pay clinics, almost pay markets, almost pay in Futrobia, almost baby town hall meeting. I mean, Nyamabia, Ekoswa, and that is what they want to see. And it's a who got now party in some. 4 years need rupe not Ghana for now started fix the country. Say any MP no I'm free wa about one and Kasano Mobere. And no make can MPP and any I see. And Shebebi Akudu because the system will correct itself. We are dying. And the people must learn and listen, Kaka. So that's it. Because Jumano, Ebiasia, onim the SSOye.
Jumani Krana, ye can't was him, no, sir, and ye bo obidin, sir, Omra Mayor DC. One mayor municipal chief executive, or mayor, Ewo Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, Takrade Metropolitan Assembly. Saa nipa na ye boni din se omeye mayor no ana wo me DC ana MC no adwuma ben pa na I mean local government act no hwe se obeba be ye ne functions ne kra no ebi ni se ntia ama akwakoba ne se da bia ye susu se esese party fo aye adwuma ana ye reward loyalty di omo ko gina saa position ete saa
so I say ono in person no one function, major function is all represent the central government.
Okay.
And the two or supervising the various departments.
In the assembly. In the assembly. Okay.
Then the day-to-day administration, or making sure say Yajuma. Now, say a chairman of the executive committee of the district assembly. And only a crude in a way say a too bulky to disseminate orders here. But the assembly now kasano 88 clear functions.
Okay.
And it's a way on top. Now you are to supervise the various departments now. Not 88 functions no. Now I to say Obama 88 functions no about into fruition. Aha, I want no problem no one. And the no the end there offer say executive chairman of the executive committee or supervising the various heads of departments. Now or share day-to-day administration now so representing central government now wakaho. Now the 88 functions one na say or share execute.
Now, 88
noise abatement say there noise pollution ewo district nu hwan adwuma odor pollution say bibi kankan bi gutter bi hwan adwuma amanfo agi pavement aboso hwan adwuma chese functions now even supply of electricity in conjunction with Ghana Electricity Corporation assembly with Ghana Electricity Corporation but assembly being who our Fred district engineer Kraba say assembly wiring saying ono so te ho yedum kanea na MC te ho na obi ate ho kanea ba no nyina yede kanea na ba we obisa the economic strength of our district saying because year LI 1961 a chair say 209 a chair say there are various departments say sub department ni na be count assemblies no baby to say trade and industry department.
Yes.
Trade and industry department is very very important. Assembly bien wa or mo kai classes ade no ewo because say wo assembly no betimi am make sure say say a bro 300 na every week say bad district ni mo a call be fa so obenya be bad no it is your duty for man for no any self food sufficient what I say na nyese nipa no sorry they don't know where to go now bia sorry or concline baby agbobrosi ni akojamu traffic wo but trade and industry department na wo no must make sure say there is supply of maize in the district.
I see.
And just somebody must be thinking the normal a wholesale package of people into the district assembly just because we have one power. If it happens like that, by the 4 years, all the gains will just go out straight because the people won't be satisfied with our performance.
I see. Over na way ahwe okay ni uye ni say ye ka say me de say maso wo form district ni bebre wo ho no ma ye ka say sisi constituency executive say ho mo de abo ani o ekoa ni say wo mo ko ye ka say minim some constituencies nipa mako 24 wo mo nyina obi aso opedc ye di obi o ho kra no a wo trust statement de to ho ma no na wo ka say on tro mini ana wo minity so kra na wonim ye enso waso opedc ye di wo ti ase ye kan party chairman bi wo constituency waso won wa ye adwuma pa enti yemfa MDC ye na emfa manini woni constituency secretary wo mo dia bo ani a chese enye ntokwa ketu akra ye kasa ye bi nso kra wo certificate nso kra enu ba bia so ho enti sese no ede ne ye be ye ebema the necessary qualifications no aye adwuma na party for na tie ase se enye the normal trend na wo ba ya yesi o party ni we na no odin ti ne yemfa position no eba no na enkrofo ntie ase why because entokwa na eba no anu odin over anu odin
Kessben.
Mr. Speaker.
Hey!
Well, at this stage, earlier on, may a suggestion be say a public services commission.
Yes.
You bet me adiomo advice kakra. Na ya engage you to do the screening.
Okay.
And do baby na party for no as I say adwuma no mo ye no aso ania then they give the green light.
Okay.
Not as because omo adwuma no na ye no party no say ne ampa mi hu list bi o baby na anipa apply no be 15 one constituency and I'm see wow
how crowd you so of a hodie sir a hodie kwani so out to say ho no human resource e bia omo nhyɛ da nurse wo ho but baby amimi nim ne de wo mo ko papa.
Oh, it's too early. And the people should tone down kakra. Ajumano, ama. What was na do abine kem. I don't want to go there. But sanye obe manage district assembly no. Emano ties be. Oh, koye chikakra. Job here. 4 functions, 4 ministries be obi create here no. That ministries ni na omo functions ni na local government adwuma.
Okay.
Regional integration, sanitation, zongo development, special initiative. Sa adwuma ni na no. Na aye bibibi e wo. Common fund nso no. Na a threshold near 7.5 or better so they buy 5%. Na miyem shishemem adia muye ebenya effect on the party. It is obianti ene wohu awiye. Enti se NDC an hweniye na ye nipa 30 ye screening na ye na edinsem bebre beba. Obia ntwana kumantu niyem
na yebetumi adum pempenso bi a yebeka se no the first qualification as I say yes at least one year kura no de wo pedisi na nya diploma ana HND ana first degree yebetumi aye ne sa because ebasen ka ye bibisa no a first of all the first criteria no ebe limited nipa ne kakra na we dey say yato agumu a obi wo ho a SHS certificate kura woni bio enso also obedi DC brofui wo troto wo man se won kan a wontimi nkan
won say baby ami butu mi butu Ganoff menim NPP time no there was a doctor Kessben Dr. Dodu any obi a okoye nursing no ye nadmu penyini.
Okay.
The questions were campaign na owe. Yes, Dr. Dodu was not part of the campaign. And to Oman farmer no, the man nurse nino. Wakotna all 4 years. Bibi anywhere call so Ganoff.
I see.
And when people see some of these things now, then they know say I mean obi abetimi akotna obi. On the previous, between any obia capacity. It was the last time I not say no, so no MC. So what is your business? So because a young criteria being better afi. Tamani a campaign who be some criteria.
Over. The coming days you bedin komo why na e didn't start to say pia mefro na ya bobo bi so why wo mo so pen na ye di obi mu CV beto TV so na ye di ho nkomo ye di wi na Ghana fo na akire so based on their CV no wo mo fata se wo be DC ni MC ya wo mo ko ho na yetimi aye nkomo ne sa na ya hwe ne ye siesie ne kama arope ma me no wase why wo fa
me da wase
engineer won ko je na me no heading nkomo no na enya no na report ziga se wa nkasa wo pe DC ya wo se wo pe no se wo coordinating director trade kura betu wanim na okasi chief minute so ba ya ne yemfa nkoye adwuma wontimi nye wo so se wo pe DC you see wo do ho be kwa kwose ba bia wo ho be kwa kwakire wa because eniema na wo mo ye ho no kura wonti ase ene be wi ase no na technocrat ne hyase na wo mu disika no wo mo de show but ese say wo na aye political appointee ni nti e ba say ye prosecute obi a wo ne be tata hwe ho why wan kasa nim de na hwe qualification na hwe ba bia ye de wo kwa e beboa ba bia wontumi nya adwuma na nkopepere ho nkoje nkotena so na e the problem kese de bebrel na wo ye office say da form ene e ba ne say assembly na diska na ye public accounts committee ye betna TV so yi ababe yi nsem anom ya betototo ano a ho na abonsa nim guase no na aba awie mo amo pre na munim se wan kasa wo carry wo ho hwe ho a na afenpon wan kasa wan aka akwasi pride message wa kwai de wo ye wo carry ne ho a wo se no fata position ya so opi munya rough no na munya sa de na ye party abanti ne chenchene wo sem DDC na constituency executives Government who call baby 17 or 25 constituency executives. Woman nyina so mo position. Woman nyina so mo position ade. DC so ya de anipa ba ko pe ne bedi. Ana ya yesa ma assembly concept no na egu because DC ni ba ye holding accountable. Adwuma esese DC ni assembly ye. Na wadi mpuntu oba district ni mu no ye de saa anibre ni nyina de akwakosue MP ni so na DC ni to no aye free don de na besu se ye de fertilizer free nkran ba no wache saa de na twam saa time na twam me na me party ni enti ye ko chief wo office chief wo ma ye duro kakra nkogu ye kokoso saa nsem na twam ye pedisi ya wo kura vision a wo wani so ade huna obetimi akasa me district wey me hwe me manfo ni suman ni omo niema a wo mo ya ekwan se ne ye fa so boye bra ye ntu kwan kopa investors mra no omo mebie factories e wo district nim na ye nkrofo nya adwumanye we need those kind of people who can go and sit on the negotiation table ebetimi di mpuntu aba na enkoba se da bia chief wa ya so kwata krade wo ko meeting aba chief wa ya so ko kumase ya frɛ no so wo mra enti wo kwa aba chief ko kumase ba wi a wo mfa hwema na oda so ti ho so ye chief munyai san krasesem no saa ne ma no munyai na district no yenwro district ni bebre wo kromba na there are so many of the district assembly name functionti ana ne mpuntu abomusa wa ye kase wampi wo yete bo wo betena parliament enfie nwotwe mfie na wan kasada na me bo wutie na wasa akwakonya DC ya wono so sa yete bo district no munya hwe nyade a mubenya bibia NPP 8 years there are so many of the district a stronghold of the NPP essence weak leadership our district any MP level no district na enya hwe enso nya se wo mo anto aba ma NPP wo mo to di ma NPP ba wo mo leaders a wo mo nyaaye nipa a wo mo pia no ma ni de DC no wontimi nkeka ne ho wo mo hye wontimi kura mankra ha melo bibia amfa nko district nim MP nso ba ye wo betena ankra ha wo ne namfofo wo ne charisma in fact wontimi nko nipa wontimi nko ba bia enko pre bibia amfa ma district nim enti moto abade ma NPP no 8 years no mo anya hwe wo district nim NDC nso abasa na mo pese mo ye no Hey, munyan krasesem no. Na mumma wo bia wo ye competent a. Wo mo ba wo mo betimi aye adwuma boa mampuntu aba district nim. Wo mo na sese mo hwe wo mo na party fo ni pia wo mo na wo mo kokwaji tumi no de beboa district no. Na yesi politics na mo ye no. Ne fra ne se mo te ho saa. Local champions mum timi man cry enkran kra no wo ba. Na afenpo wo suro wontimi nkonipem. Wo ba no wo tete na dia kofati bobi so me yo DC hey afi mu ba no mo anya adwuma aba no Ghana fo hoto mo betena akonwa ne so na me DC ye be frɛ wu chief ni ama ka ba ko wo ba adwuma assembly fo nyina asore bekia hey saa time na twam ye pe DC fo ni MC fo a na Reverend Paul wo mo akasa so befiri wo mo pemu akasa yes ye mi se me DC me ba ye me badoro ma frɛ o man mu ni nyina mani suade hu na kura me a me di bedi DC nini enti nananom atra nkonwa momoa me na ye nkonkran nko pribimra because niam na ha na ye che no mo de ma tibotibɔ na mo nkofa tibɔ nkoso bi a mo tro minute to ho kura wontimi minute so ya ka kire se won tro memo no kura ya tro de ato ho won kikan mu no won san kura wonim won te ase politics fon sa de ya twam o ba bia ya duro no timamufo ni hia mpuntu ye hia nsa kire ye wo ya abrabom timunya sanse munu na obia purpose wan kasa hwe ho a you don't even qualify wonni the certification abodi krata akra wode be kwa akwa pribi no wonni enso so opedisi what be that yana ye nkrofo lobby na lobby one more A2 a banche ne body e kwa cheche won bedi ni free won bedi di free position wunya why wo de kwana kwaji bank loan na fashion envelope punsa wo de bank cry wo ba be lobby DC wunya because one kasa ahwo ho you don't even qualify office na wo pesa wo kwatinem no ebe ma problems the problem kese pa na de bebro wo be kɔ no de yeye wo department ni nyina wo nte ase ni e disika ni e de show ebe wi ase no wo na wo ba be yi ho ano ye de wo kɔ quarter obi ani wachi wo de kɔpre wo ho na ade a wuntimi ye no kɔgigi wanim so obetimi aye na edane ba for accountability a enkase yanka nkyerɛw we are telling you the truth oh ye ka no kran de akyerɛw Golden Paul Maakye
Kwame
Gofo se omo abaya bana won qualify so obedi DC on qualify opportunities bebre o DC yinko a na obi ani di akyire Golden Paul won qualify wonim se wo kase wo pe bibi different e won kra hakura na woni abodi nkrata nti ye mfa ma no enti won fa tatase ne kokotako emra se wo pe DC because end ye nhwe o qualification ye ba be hese constituency executives no be vetting na o ye campaign na wo hefa na akogina ya wo ye campaign ni bi usika wo de ba ye sen party ne kra ye nim wo he wo branch wo enye sa de ye twam afi wo dadada assembly na ya ban office o enye party office ya ban office
Kessben
Government bomb I mean tio kakra ne enko energy sector enko ye adwuma ho na munya saa ne ma na mo cheche no mo mfa competent people mfa mra me ye adwuma no na Ghana fo nya so mfa so na mo de gidie a Ghana fo nya wo mumu no se mo amfa nimdiefo a metena ho mo anya adwuma no na mba ye kokwasa mo de mo beti na ma min tio
Kessben
President Mahama
Kessben
President Mahama se de se me ka President Mahama me nya ama ne biem if you say Kwame uko UK a obi a wadi prime minister bia no wadi pen sa describing as a prime minister up to now Bill Clinton Tony Blair mu ni na no ye describe as prime ministers you understand ko wadi bida Uko USA Clinton, they still call him, address him as a President Clinton, President Bush. You understand? Tini ka President Mahama, then call for Gianluigi Bonnet. For former, na say ex, no so you see there. Let me say about. But Nana Akufo-Addo, I'll continue call him.
President
President.
I don't just or not.
That's it. Say Bibi. Kwame.
Kessben.
Early last year.
Kessben.
Early last year. Was it early last year? No, late last middle of let's call it that way. Around March, June, July 2023. President Mahama went to Northern Region. Okoyena one of the chiefs in the Northern Region, Edin Komo, and was say they should vote for him because Osabe biem. They should vote for him. Na omrano ombeye ni corrections, because there are a lot of things he did not get it right. It was person ba no be sa corrections. Kwame, President Mahama baby a washa ase de afi no. Se ofeli ebe mwanwa pa. Because it's not only correcting mistakes that he made in the 2012 when he came. But also correcting the mistakes. At a mills, I'm gonna achieve more in his 3.5 years. Kwame, on the 3rd of April 2009, there was a crucial NDC meeting. Just check the date, 3rd April 2009. It tells you say, Satani adi Atamils isi suno President Atamils late esi suno January, February, March,
April.
Yes, there was a crucial meeting. That was just 3 months of NDC, the government, and the founder, President Rawlings. And that was a crisis meeting. They dubbed it a crisis meeting. Why? Because President Rawlings went to that meeting to berate Appiah Mills.
Kessben.
Criticize Appiah Mills and say, what announced this statement about Bontin say the district chief executive who were appointed by President Kufuor to stay for further notice. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, for further notice. And that caused Appiah Mills' government. Rawlings said, no, the thing is a political appointment. And when you read the Article 20 of the Local Government Act, Kwame,
yeah,
they talk about the vacancy. I mean, person a board for how you are appointed district chief executive. Article 20 say there shall be district chief executive. Or my opinion, that's appointed. But the vacant, which is section 4 of that article,
yeah,
the vacant can be a kwanya. Your first one MMDC you need the one. Be ana wa resign and answer we and we see. And any vote of no confidence. Assembly members ni benya e free district chief executive no mu. Say any not to test a pass vote of no confidence
against him.
Yes. And also removed from office by the president. President Taba to read the constitution was say directive principles of the state policy. It is a president in a bar. Dear a whole one all baba to you understand?
Yeah.
And to the district chief executives, no, they are being appointed by the president.
Kessben.
Yeah, they are not being elected. It's you almost position your political appointment. And Rawlings told Appiah Mills that you got it wrong. Our people are there. They can work just like these people.
Who are human resource?
Who are human resource? People are craving. People are here to help this country. Why do you have to keep these people? Because they are not ours. Rawlings was criticized for say just 3 months or criticizing Appiah Mills. The reason why Yilichre failed as a local government minister. Yilichre failed was reshuffled for Ofosuampafo. He couldn't do anything because they were MMDCs at post. They were appointed by President Kufuor.
Sabotaging.
So, yes.
Sabotiers.
Yes. Sabotiers. So it took Julius Dabra to come to clear that mess. You understand? I'm quoting it mess. I'm not saying say district chief executive appointed by President Kufuor were mess.
No.
But I'm saying politically, to come to clear some mess in the local government. How are President Mahama
Kessben.
a day in the office? Every statement is about what they say. It tells you that Papa who say I have 4 years. I don't have time.
There is no time.
And as someone catch northern region for any the northern region chief they say Montwa ban famame so that I could come and correct my mistakes. Mistakes is not correcting only the mistakes that he made from 2012 to 2016. But the mistakes are the predecessors. And all corrected. I wish you all the best.
Now, Nana, all to us, you will be their best. Say good morning, Mr. Speaker. When you come to Adansi Akrofrom constituency,
Akrofrom, this is really for the first time.
There is a particular person who wants to be a DC, but does not even have an SHS certificate. Lord have mercy.
Kwame. Nana do down Kwakufuado. One of the factors are a DNPP co-position is how do we say?
MMDC. No?
Yes, Kwame. The first term he did it right, but the second term, Kwame, just imagine it takes almost 1 year, more than 1 year, to appoint new district chief executives, and it was all over the place.
And also, no
one some American Kwame because you district chief executives are. Dr. Mahmoud Bamia was given opportunity to give us a State of the Nation address. You remember?
Yeah.
Na projector. What can wasem na exist.
And so assemblies now they buy.
Meanwhile, yes, they collected the data and the project from the district assemblies. So the district assemblies present them to the regional minister. Then the regional minister will relay the information to the vice president. No, akwaka abra na dia no kre. Oko ofin so adrotia wan a lot of projects na exist. District chief executive one more man penina be je goofy big time. And Kofo, no. That district chief executive, no, that's what why?
Galam said this.
Yes, no, that's what why? Because according to party people, no one they were to stay there to spend agenda against Alan Chamati.
Agenda and so on.
And also Swamfa.
And
also Kosu, new patriotic party. Now come to me. Mo PDC, no. Every two how. You are not here. Oh, two bar.
I'm saying your mother.
Oh, party for me, Nuba. Bakosu obe pemia heme, obo ba sorry in. Na obe pemia heme.
Okay.
It will buy na. You be frame na me koshiano. Our left na no. And I'm didn't rise and I'm then the try you my office security to be na honesh. And I'm didn't buy air condition. And or catch me say this is when person me body me bo re for me ka you know
yeah.
And obo within obo midin or say yeah pa. You understand?
Kessben.
And another one also came. He called me, Kwame.
Yeah.
Omuni na pedestrian chief executive. Kwame nyami problem. Obi betimi abasa Kwame wante brofo ba na bia no expert. Mr. Foucault Fanchame, Honorable Foucault. Honorable Foucault, a former district chief executive. Expert at Tamil's time. Oye Keida. District chief executive and was Santiachum South. 7 previous at that time no nani school quite anymore. But Kwame no are fantastic. He was fantastic. We had the project oh yeah and Kwame he worked. The point in say we should not appoint spare your friend say square day square pegs to square pegs in round holes. That's all Kwame. Se Kwame one man to me anya sadia no they collapse John Mahama because John Mahama does not have the 8 years. Sadia na so do 2 meeting. And just 4 years. So he cannot afford to have some people in the maybe 2 years time oba be reshuffle. They should be the people that are competent people.
I'll bet me a deliver.
Yes.
Our vision a crow on John Mahama dear no
ever say. Yeah. John Mahama was making an appointment. Osha a year.
Kessben.
Ura Samwasapon.
Yeah.
Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly. District League Table. District Assembly League Table. Organized by UNICEF, UN, and CDD. And the local government. Samwasapon for 3 years. He was number 1. Nationwide. Of I am up on Konyame for the crazy. Ejoso municipal became second 3 times. And first back.
No more year, Juma.
They were working. Now let me tell you something. Tell me some what's up on bar. Ashanti region. Kwame. District chief executives.
Kessben.
And I say, Uko assembly.
Yeah.
There's no way that somebody can steal money. That's one of his legacy. Because he worked as a SFO chief executive. Serious fraud office. You get me?
You want me from baby?
Yes. On no time. And I go Kumasia. Kwame. Baby. Gata sane breedy criminals. Ye kata swane breedy malaria. Ye kata su sisi stores so na confront yase. Enena en confront yase. Ama Kumasa industrious. Competence.
You say over Kumasi go Vimpong. I said the name you only
me bao.
And why you tan.
Oh. Kojobonsu. One of the finest.
Kessben.
One of the finest. MCs are Ashanti region for Enya. Come on the time of the road trip park by. One the fighting for KJTR project. A man see and twaba. Yebebu KJTR old one.
Yeah.
Almost all premium buno. On the kwesi G4 kwino. Esi zoo kwine swami kwine. Esi menshia kwine kosisi bloku rose. And I do 2 a.m. And no more raise at the end of coffee. On the fence confanache sword. All the overpasses of Kumasi. A year friend say walk
food bridges,
food bridges. Kojobosu time and no more. On the status disco bomb noir any Christmas trees here this roundabout asa na bi ba Accra
me ko ho bro nyami twa ba ko bi
yes
that means
he started the whole thing asa na bi ba Accra why because Kojo Bonsu na Kumasi da na Kumaso Kojo Bonsu no wa ye adwuma wa Adidas as Adidas for representatives the big picture be the tie for no matter who qualifies to be your friend say a mayor the whole Africa on na ye Adidas representative and no sad and China Kojo Bonsu was a sportive who ko Kumasi a udu cool and the gang omo tonom cool he brought them to Kumasi. He brought Gregory Isis to Kumasi. That time organized a concert. He brought your friend say a new addition to Kumasi. You understand? A Kamake Jackson Kwan went to me and Farama Kumasi. So they see this guy say
the capacity.
The capacity. Kumasi than Akumaso.
So bet you
yes. So Atame said that Kojo Mahama said that Kojo Kone Kofa Kumasi Mami. And you went to President Ron say, yes, me go Kumasi to me for also you know your own people. They are very difficult people to work with. I'm blessing you. Go to a 2-4 to bless you. Papa. When ye my bre biania sampai abese Kumasi no. Kwame. My bre. Oh, wa bre. Wa ya juma da binya no ne party o Kwame. We have competent people. Omaye urban planning. Ebetimi aboa ma system na move forward enu ne hia enye ye na ye de ballot box ne kono ye ne ekotwa nkofo ne ya mpene ho asam ne esama ha ma ye
na ne collation center
ye ne ye collation center ye ne ni soldier for ne kokon ye ne ni police for ne kokon ye da bi ye ne ko bu nkofo bi NPP fo bi na ye eni tie fa chief executive fa ma da bi Kwame. You need competent oriented people.
Wonim de woye
presiding member can't hear or back up no
because wonim rana e dey bo assembly ne ho bai
director ex honest with this car will be able to detect it
exactly
with initiatives and then the obe pay BOT build, operate and transfer na Kwame na edu omo ya me ba no be pay BOT Kwame. Dear omo pan no Kwame, that is what we did.
Now me fa eyi hono me friend say. Kumasi ayetan yo. Me fa eyi hono.
Kofi Juma so ye adwuma pa ma me ka Kofi Ghana.
Yes,
he worked.
Oh ye adwuma. Me fa KJT asoro ho. Baby azu ni wono. Traffic light no. Your friend the runabout dey so hono mo. Adam Sane asiye hwa de be fa left.
Akofana che eyina.
Debi me ka KJT a. Free bantima ba. Runabout this so sand it down left. Make up pampa so dia do.
Odi ko zoo.
Odi ko zoo adesimai.
Adesimai down.
And I'm turning left ko ya ko fa your friend is saying Asantemai road no St. Louis College of Education.
Race was side.
Me fast one
ala chamate papa fie.
Edi road mu na me di copy so am. Runabout ni so.
Interchange.
Hokra de na me person de be kase. Ana bi wie ye no, wo mo say Afrancho, right? Macro kwan no. So am macro kwan. Me fast na me se fam. I was saddened. Me re ho say numre no ama. Na ma ye basa. It's na be bisa say enti ekura e ma 1 million vote. Any city a wamudu na over 2/3 of the people voted for you. And I'm waiting to see what Mozart.
Ayo.
From Swami Quina, the quad, the copy macro near Franchoni, eta.
Yeah.
Now, the one more day, your friend is saying, sir, a year more day cement, ya. One more year, no more DCC, the market rosie. San your market, I can see a mudu. Not just a car, ni crack, crana, it never been found. From some pie from a nimho, kwa sa wo ko Swami macro Francho, eta, just say, new. Na wo sa hwese ekroni mu nyina yesum wo fa be kwai runabout e ba bedru ba bia Lancaster yi wei tutomu a de aba be siasa de aba be sane wo ko Vienna wo ko your friend say KMA kwan su chese baby ah
yeah it's true Kwame and Kwame Kolumba meba
adakotom chese baby
na annoying part ni say Kwame Mrs. Street Lighter me asema me nya akada Street Lighter abubu achiacha since 2014 Kwame yetimi anya chief executive sabetra ho saa Kwame abetra omo ntimi anfexe ade no yamfa bi anka ho ade na ntimi anso de abubu na esa bubu na achiachia na nipa no obetra ho yede de bia na nkofo bi free Dutchman aba nkofo bi free Germany aba ya so mo de baller beye energy obi o chief executive bia ba obesan sa contract ni Yehuda
Wamu ameye adwuma bia DC is ne de eno an ye ka kire mo no ye de ye nka ne kese
owura yi
o fa ebebo
owura ayi Samulos osesibi eno what na yi ye very say national service okofa nkofo bi ba so mu bi theater e Kumasi Chinese fo bi se be so mu fi Accra ha utwa mu foto na omo no oko wa mu buanti utwa mu foto na omo no oko sa obwa
9 o'clock on the dot. But my number is 0550567 929 0550567 929 0550567 929 for o messages no ebra WhatsApp and SMS na menken kai ni nyina no emma yabeje India can kind of we say good morning Mr. Speaker, happy new year to you and your team. Please, is it unlawful for government to ask all MMDCs to hand over to the coordinating directors? I think Mahama does not want to repeat the mistake of Atamels. We expect good governance from President Mahama. God bless you and bless our homeland Ghana. Crispat, Kumasi na Owo. Crispat, thank you for a message. Adiabano pay. We say, good morning. You are saying President Mahama just have 4 years, but there is a saying that he can change the constitution and serve more than 4 years. Well, yeah, the encounter we say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. Dr. Bawumia has paid the price for the mess of President Akufo-Addo he did to the good people of Kumasi, the banking sector, and the entire country. Breadwinners were beggars under President Akufo-Addo. Fifi, Ewo, Obuase, Anna, Edessa message, Ediaba. Fifi, thank you. Obuase, for what to say, for still what to say, Evangelist Abel Kankambuedu Ediaba, aka Teacher Bonchi, when we free Asante Achim of Wase Ediaba. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Our presidents are not the problem, but their appointees. Big ups to my lovely daughter from Poma Vivian. Thank you for a message in Okosku Vision Academy. I'm grateful for a message in Anope. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. We lost this election because of some autocratic decisions taken by the leader, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, from the national down to the polling station level. They never took sense out of what you guys were telling them. Mela Ediwe Free Sene West and Ediaba. Mela, thank you for a message. Adiaba no pay me that's papa. Sulemana Ediwe Free a year Ashaman Diaba or say for me it's good because more people will have to be employed, but just as you guys are saying, the qualified people must be given the opportunity to work to satisfy the interests of the entire country and not just themselves and their families. Sulemana, thank you for a message. Adiaba no pay no na yeba energy sector no eso na ya yemwe juma kakra. We say good morning, Mr. Speaker. Ghana will work again. Saviola Edway Free Awaso na diaba. Saviola, thank you for a message. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. You are doing a great job watching you live from Wase Japa. Thank you. Wase Japa for your chiamo Japa ye. Amenfi East, Nicholas constituency, okay. I was saying, no, we interested pa Nipo be DMC or honest, so you'll be a why competent to bet me a year, you are because was a coupon said yes, and yefe. Well, say good morning, Mr. Speaker. Please tell the NDC government that he should not forget we the Arabic and Makaranta teachers. Okay. yate woman so ate one for the anka ho 0550567929 0550567929 eno eye numbers no enti ubetime the messages no aba either on WhatsApp, SMS and as a Facebook or the fahoba yebeje na yakin kind ama 3 after 9 na mame fast dan be emma mabua for no pay one more aso yemu ye pa mame na EKD phones for ase EKD phones there one more other romantic phone be a wo pese wo use bia no ene one more the installment packages no edi abampacho beji phone a wo pe na afeto boase na tuatua ne nkakrakra EKD phones nko a na ye ni sei edi ma o ye iPhone lover na ope a new iPhone na pacho ustika so a wo de bra na woni EKD phones emedi enkobo wo mo ebehwe kama pa wo mo won kran ha woman Odor Rice building no and the hwanim ewo American Mall no inside the hona will be who mo from on 0539 985750 0539 985750 and after 0536 787973 na woni EKD phones any enkomo mame fast dan be ma chocho industries na no pe chocho for other roma mpacho wo mo product ne de egumu ahodo pii chocho tea no anope ya wasori mpacho pese oni padua ne ye active na wonya ahoden de ko wadwuma so a esese wo koya no onnom chocho tea ubetimi e the milk ne yesi kire de afra o pese wo take as normal beverage se o pese wo fa ne se de wo fa aduro ebe ye omo adwuma yie pa de a pacho emfa milk ne yesi kire no enka ho na ebebo adamu ni nyina e ma wonye bote wo be active na ebe keep you awake pa eye papa purely natural nuaba ana yede aye ma wonsa enka bi na chocho BPT no pacho wa pressure e wo so wakoa enko wadronie anopa bia fa chocho BPT ni bi na ebeboa e reduce pressure no ama waba back to normal obi bia nso ebe kama na wanya hoden e de aye wadwuma chocho skin toner pacho ni titiri wo pese wo enrich wo body skin no anopa esese wo use eye chocho skin toner ene ne body cream ebeboa ma wo de no color na yi abapa enkoto chemicals bia enfans rasha pacho e de nanso oben and de bebro wani be basa baby be kokko na baby aye tuntum na akoye baby ho anope ye ma purely natural product eye herbal wo yusu a ebeboa wo ye chocho skin toner no eye papa e wodwamai so nkwala yusu mpanyi yusu ana finso mema yusu na manso e yusu wo pe eye chocho product ba ko a wo de fa wotri mu a wo yo ba ebeboa ma wotri no ene monyama ekita na timi abade a chocho shampoo ne conditioner ana fe ni hair food pacho anope wo hia se wo be yusu ni titiri mu a mununu mutri mu a na mutri nwi no etete no anope chocho product ana be ye ni nyina no e de ma wo mu product no egumu ahodo pii na supermarket ahodo ni nyina no eton bi okọ malls ahodo ni nyina nso a obenya chocho product ni bi ewo ho na watimi atobi yesu anopai ma wonsa enka bi opomachi akwan na opese wotu no dodo mu eton akọ yesu home in the eastern region eho ana obehu wo mo fra wo mo on 055 185 5388 055 185 5388 181 5388 and after 0244 727348 0244 727348 na woni chocho industry any enkomo anopay na womo ebejo so ama Ghana rice number 1 premium Ghanaian rice e wodwamai so mpacho ye duaye wo Ghana ha ya so ho wo Ghana ha ana ya packaging neat wo Ghana ha ama Ghana rice anunso de papa enchi anopay obeye aduane aton as restaurant operator ma wonsanka ama Ghana rice na fa yo nuane nyina jollof rice fried rice ana wo ye anase anwamo rice balls mutuo ni nyina no wo de ama Ghana rice ya efredom edemaw afi wo chie mi unya ya wo betu bi aton akwanya no ewo ho edemaw wo mo se fa 12,400 bra na oni wo mo ninsa wo so betu no dodo mu pii edemaw na watimi akwakoton enya wo mfaso pacho wo mo wankra ha abeka La Paz wo mo adjacent the Ecobank wo mo ben police container no ewo La Paz from one more on 0537 029 46 0537 029 464 and now when you are more ending command for 0207 676197 0207 676197 now when a Ghana rice any and 7 after 9 now mini abema Ben Insia Benjamin Atinasi Ben Insia Atinasi Executive Director at the Semse be who not ye papa that I don't pay waba and medeno baba bedi and komo. It looks as if sir the one of John Mahama's administration and John Mahama officer na energy sector no problem say wom no yes hitting hard na eno hon komo ana mene ben baba bedi say Ben Maakye
Minia watumi ajaja mu ebefa sa official pa
bele o hana to the new ajaja mu
is cannibal
you be fine
but ma me aburo bia na menete o chia na no pa bia se o ho te se nyame ne hwe me ne memba ti nyame behwe ana
nyame de obehwe nyina
see
Kessben.
Richard mo start say mo nya mo kakrai
Enya gagra no free.
Enya hwe e be fa ni sa o de e wi e be kasa.
Nde diabolic di opo.
Ben
Isiani diabolic. As only Charles McCarthy then up to the Nova. But then let's come to the substantive issues. I mean, energy sector no has a lot of issues happening say, but we want to take time. I mean, bear 5 minutes. Just brief us. At the end, what sector name? Current happenings, energy sector name no, and the saying, drew say.
I think that won't to make present without going to history. For us to understand the issues in the energy sector, and I was say
Kessben.
They happened in 2015. 2015, I think we faced a major power crisis, and one of the severe power crises in our history. And one intervention I did resolve power sector crisis was that you hear power plants, right? Because at that time the argument then was that now you need generation. A generation was far less compared to our demand, especially a dependable generation and a dependable capacity. Nti maabino esinsan contract bebre and by 2016, now you have excess power of about 60% of what we needed. And excess power of about 60% of what we needed also means that now a kai will see it here because the Biameka said, Kania, and say tomatoes or Kudumakoto. Was say, or sign home contract. Now, contract, no sign we are. And son and Nipan de Kania Nabisi was or Tama. Until there must be that assurance, and son will be able to see any power plant here. And that time now, our economy was too young that no one wanted to come as a private person, so be set up a Ubianto. Yes, so excess neither honor, Afibiano, and so a car ediba, I will say to you. And at that time, if you take the energy sector recovery program document, no, Chase Afibiano, energy sector and boy and car almost $2 billion, and $2 billion, no, I was a pisca and the Kutia. And Oyo Maya or Plania, I was say by that time, no, who said, say any be so the projection also was that by 2023, economy drew almost 12 billion. Until from 2 billion a year to almost 12 billion by 2023. Until so your money or planning prioritizing the power sector as an engine of growth of the economy. It also quite be now pace can audit. But I think I buying as a source of home. You try say bit you try saying to in 2023 they who say no, I cannot. I had a problem about that. So we needed a new model to pay the debt. In 2017, World Bank as a stadium, MIA created what we call the cash water.
The question and the assurances were given said,
"It's never been with us. It is with us."
Okay.
It has always been 2014. It has always been with us. So to use that language is lumino as a afe na eba. It is with us now. Aside so say it is with us no, and also I think also that the communicate that we have only 5 hours no was also a rash communication because there has not been any shortfall in the supply of natural gas.
Okay.
Natural gas flow. Natural gas flow from WAPCO by NGAS. Natural gas flow from AGPP, Atuabo Gas Processing Plant. Natural gas flow from Jubilee. Natural gas flow from ENI. So there's constant flow of natural gas per day. And we are talking about 393 or even 412 million standard cubic feet of natural gas flow. Most of the thermal plants use natural gas. Most of them use natural gas.
And the hybrid ones, other light crude.
Light crude or heavy fuel oil or distillate oil. But omududu na use natural gas. Natural gas and stop here. So you will need the alternative fuel after 20th. You only need alternative fuel after 20th. And even 20th, you only need 9 million standard cubic feet of natural gas.
Okay. Pipelines, even the way on, just as Herbert Krapa can, you must get to work and ensure say nkania no ejina so a Ghana ni onya light at the ayene dwuma. Do we have that assurance per conversations air cost only arrangement air cost the same?
I think we must have light and light won't mean say also abribia localized fault be manadum kakra because of the poor infrastructure in the system, but it is also disingenuous and very insincere on the part of Herbert Krapa to say that light in the generation the time Madika can say, and I think Herbert also made that statement because of the PR side of the
comment
Jinapomeki yes Dumso is looming, but Dumso has always been with us since 2017, regardless of how the severity it may be.
I don't know how many to Musa.
Oh, but it is with us.
Oh, now
Dumsi mean one kind PRC report nana. Did you read the PRC report of 2024?
I did,
which was released around May.
Minister Nogache say Dumsi.
No, sometimes minister no. You see, one weakness of Napo is that he forgot that he was a statesman. He forgot that he was a minister. He still thought that maybe he was a politician doing campaign somewhere. And sometimes he threw those tantrums based on the political side and political perspective of issues. But PRC is a regulatory institution. It's a public institution. It's an institution of integrity.
Dr. Time that's so every and some as says I'm no say Spain uko Spain say na wo mo hwede mo denden so mo betwe Dr. Time that's so and na wuram e wo Spain so na Germany and hon so sa enti ya hwe yi a bara minim so yankopon te ase na all the Dr. Time that's so the adom Ghana fo no obi biara a wo Ghana ha owo ewiase afanan a yare atunto astese yare enti ontumi nkono ma no obepiem e o medimafo ba hospital a wo ho beto nyame ya adom a chena Friday na ya na dru Friday bi ampacho premium service koso ade ba akwa doctor the premium service ba ya no so tem bia me no hia me ka kire say for the first time Ghana bakosemu a ehiafo ne sikafo nyina kwa yarasa bia ba ako medimafo ba hospital de ntina me ka na sa obi kuta 50 Ghana cedis oba baje na yarasa obi kuta 100 Ghana cedis baje yarehwe sa nso na obi o sika nso baje na yarehwe eno nti dia kire say enye obi a na betimi aba betena se ya be sunlight say enduru no so na onya yarasa wo medimafo hospital. Dr. Tanasi won say ampasa for no moye busy. Na o ma adwuma hodo ntiro mo ntimi metena say nubra ni nyina ansa no aba be adwuma do be fa de ka me hunsi.
Frame boost to 0246 come for the amount. Set would tie be pacho yare bia a show so adane ko ankro wo de chinchin ache. Wo ye ni ye. Anke beboa pa mo apomoden no SCPS sita. Na so say wa ma ODK Herbal Center. So na wo go so a wo yare a etete wo pa. Stroke no wo ba high beko. Hypertension e beko infections a abedane chronic. Syphilis gonorrhea no what treat ya enko. Bra ODK Herbal Center for so ye. Na wo muntu ase typhoid ne beko. And a fibroid